Okay, so here's the thing. What if you could paste one product link and get 30 UGC ads back? No filming. Let me show you. Look, UGC ads are basically the only ads that still work right now, and honestly, everybody in performance marketing already knows it. The numbers aren't subtle. UGC style pulls way more clicks, cheaper acquisition, and if you look at the top performers on any platform, almost all of them are UGC. So what's the catch? Making 30 of these things will absolutely break you. That's the catch. And here's the brutal part. You spend all that money on one video and half the time, it just flops. You're stuck in this trap. What you actually need is volume, speed, cheap testing. What you can afford is one video a month that takes 2 weeks. Those don't match. The average brand ships maybe 3 new ads a month. The brands that are winning, they're testing 30 or more. That gap is the whole game. There's this thing every good media buyer figures out eventually. You don't have a targeting problem, you have a creative volume problem. When you break down what actually moves results, it's mostly the creative, not the targeting, not the budget, the creative. And creative is a numbers game. It's simple, right? More shots on goal means more goals. You just need a way to take a lot of shots without going broke. And that's exactly the problem we set out to solve. Volume without the cost. So let me actually show you how it works. All right, the promise. And I want to be really specific here because it sounds too good. 4 steps. You paste your link, you pick an actor, you approve some storyboards, and you get 30 finished ads. That's genuinely the whole thing. The input is one link. That's it. You don't write a brief, you don't upload a script, one link. So think about the ratio here. One link goes in, 30 ads come out, that's the trade you're making. And here's what you're not doing. You're not hiring creators. You're not shipping product to some influencer who ghosts you. No cameras, no studio, no waiting 2 weeks. And the part nobody believes until they see it. It actually looks real, like it was shot on an iPhone. Natural skin, real lighting, even a little handheld shake. Because you've seen AI slop. Plastic skin, the face morphing between shots, everything too clean. Ours holds the same person, real texture, looks handheld. Big difference. And the speed is the other thing. From pasting the link to your first ad is about 15 minutes, not 2 weeks, 15 minutes. Okay, so that's the promise. But I don't want you to just take my word for it. Let me actually show you why this works, starting with why UGC wins in the first place. So why does UGC win? Because if you get why it works, the whole 30 ads thing makes a lot more sense. Here's the counterintuitive part. Studio ads look expensive. And that's actually the problem, not the selling point. Because people scroll past anything that looks like an ad. And the polish, the perfect lighting, that's the tell. It screams ad, and the thumb keeps moving. And when you put them head to head, it's not close. UGC beats studio on clicks, on watch time, and on conversion. Same product, same budget, just a different look. It comes down to 3 things. It's a real person, not a faceless brand. They talk to you, not at you. And it looks native, like it belongs in the feed. That's what stops the thumb. But here's the catch with any single ad. It fatigues, you run it, and performance just decays. Week 1, it's great. Week 3, it's dead. Every ad does this. So one great ad isn't a strategy. It's a countdown timer. The moment it starts working, it also starts dying. This is why volume beats perfection. You test 30, maybe 8 get some traction, 3 scale, and one of them ends up carrying the whole account. But you had to run 30 to find that one. And the part nobody wants to hear, you can't predict which one wins, not even the pros. So you have to test your way to it, which means you need volume. So when you can suddenly make 30 a month, everything changes. 30 shots on goal, you find your winner about 4 times faster, and each test costs way less. If I had to sum up performance marketing in one sentence, it's this. The team that tests the most wins. Full stop. So the real question was never whether volume works. It's how you get volume without a giant team and a giant budget. And that's where the hard part is. So before I show you the tool, let me show you why the old way makes this volume basically impossible. It'll make the whole thing click. Okay, so the old way. Let's actually add up what one UGC video really costs you. Not just money, everything. One video. $400 for the creator, $60 for the product, shipping, and then hours of your own time briefing and chasing. You're near $700 for one video. Now multiply that by 30, because that's what real testing takes. You're over 20 grand a month. Nobody's doing that. So nobody tests enough. And the time. You brief them, you ship product, they film whenever they get around to it, then you wait on edits. 2 weeks plus for one video. By then the trend you were chasing is already gone. And remember, half of these flop, so a lot of the time you wait 2 weeks and spend $700 for a flop. That's the actual reality. And the fee is just the tip. Under it is all the stuff nobody counts. Revisions, people ghosting, off-brand takes, reshoots, managing 5 creators at once. That's the real weight. And every alternative has a catch. Hire creators, slow and pricey. Film yourself, but you hate being on camera. Stock footage looks like an ad. Cheap AI tools give you slop. There's no clean option. So what actually happens? Most brands just don't test. They run 3 ads, hope one works, and wonder why growth stalled. Not because they're lazy, because the old way makes it impossible. And notice the bottleneck was never ideas. Everybody's got ideas. The bottleneck was producing them, making the actual videos. I call it the production tax. It's the gap between the ads you can imagine and the ones you can actually afford to make. And that tax is what kills most brands' creative. So the entire bet we made was this: take production off the table completely and let you keep all your ideas. Remove the tax. But to do that, we had to solve one really hard thing first. And this is the thing that makes or breaks the whole idea: consistency. Let me explain why most AI ads look fake. Here's why AI ads usually look fake. The face changes every single clip. Slightly different person shot to shot. Your brain catches it instantly, even if you can't name it. Because your brain is basically a face detector. Noticing when a face is a little off is the fastest thing humans do. So the moment the person morphs, it reads as fake. And there are 2 ways it goes wrong. Either the face drifts, different jaw and hair every clip, or it's frozen, the same stiff photo that clearly wasn't filmed. Both are dead giveaways. So before we did anything else, we fixed consistency. That was step 1, because nothing else matters if the person doesn't hold the way it works. We generate a base clip of the person, then we build what's called a contact sheet, lots of angles of that exact face on a plain background, and every clip after that references the sheet. The contact sheet is the anchor for everything. One face, many angles, even zoomed in crops for the fine details. Every single generation points back to it. That's how you get the same person, clip after clip. And we do the exact same thing for your product. It gets its own contact sheet too. So the label, the shape, the color, all of it stays exactly right across every ad. So that one locked person and one locked product is what lets us fan out to 30 ads that all look like the same real creator holding the same real product. So that's the secret sauce, honestly. Consistency through contact sheets. Now that you get it, let me actually walk you through building a batch. Step 1, you paste your product link. And I mean, that's the only thing you give it to start. You drop in the URL like yourstore.com/yourproduct, hit go, and it starts reading the page immediately. It pulls 3 things: the product itself, name, price, images, the details, what it actually is and does, and the angles, the real reasons people buy it. That last one matters a lot. One thing it does on purpose: it keeps those summaries short, because these details feed every later prompt, so keeping them lean keeps the whole thing fast and cheap. And it hands you a set of angles automatically. Fast results, saves money, clean ingredients, ease of use, social proof, fits your routine. Each one becomes a different ad direction. And this is key. The angle is what makes each ad different. Same product, but one ad hits speed, another hits price, another hits ingredients. That's how 30 ads stay fresh instead of feeling repetitive. So you just look at the angles, toggle on the ones you like, add your own if you've got a good one, and each angle you pick drives its own set of ads. And the whole step, pasting, reading the page, picking angles, is about a minute. You're basically just approving what it found. Quick note if you've used this before: older products might need a fast re-import to pick up the newer angle detection. Just rerun the link. Takes a second. Okay, so at this point your product is understood and locked in with its contact sheet. Now we need the person who's going to talk about it. Step 2, the actor. And you've got 2 paths here depending on what you want. You can generate one from scratch, pick the look and vibe, no camera at all, or you can clone yourself, upload a selfie and record your voice, and now the actor is literally you. If you generate, you set the vibe, age, look, energy. It creates a short clip, pulls a clean frame from the middle, and builds that contact sheet. Now you've got a consistent actor forever. If you clone, upload one good selfie, add your voice by recording or uploading a clip, and it builds a contact sheet of you. Now every ad is you, without you ever filming again. And both paths land in the same place: a previewable actor with a bass voice, consistent face, consistent sound. That's what we needed. and the voice comes with it. Generated actors get a base voice pulled from their clip. Cloned actors use your real recording. Either way, it's the same voice across all 30, and it doesn't have that robotic text-to-speech feel. So how do you choose? If it's a personal or founder-led brand and you want to be the face, clone yourself. If you don't want to be on camera or you want a few different personas, generate them. Both totally work. All right, now we've got a locked actor and a locked product, both with contact sheets. This is the moment everything's been building to. And step 3 is the most important part of the whole flow because it's where your credits get protected. It's the storyboard gate. Let me show you why it matters so much. Step 3, and this one's built entirely to save you money. It never jumps straight to video. Here's the thing about any AI video tool. Generating the actual video is the expensive part. It burns the most credits by far, so you do not want to waste a single render on a bad idea. So, how the gate works. You set the angle and actor. An AI agent plans the whole ad and writes a storyboard. You see it as still frames first, just images, and only when you approve does it actually generate video. And this is the whole point. Images are cheap to make, video is not. So you iterate at the image stage for basically nothing and only spend real credits once it's right. So at the storyboard, you've got 2 moves. Something's off, you tweak it and regenerate the frames. It looks great, you approve. Your call every time. And what you're actually checking is simple. Is it the right actor? Is the product shown clearly? Does the lighting look real and handheld? And do the beats make sense? Hook, demo, payoff. If yes, ship it. We call it storyboard first. You always preview and approve the frames before any credit-burning render. It's a hard rule in the product. It never skips this. And remember those contact sheets. Every storyboard frame references them. So the person and product stay consistent even at the image stage. What you approve is what you get. Quick bit of how it's built. Video models max out around 15 seconds a clip. So a 30-second ad is 2 storyboards, a 45 is 3, and they get stitched together automatically into one smooth ad. And within a single ad, all the clips share the same references and lighting. So even though it's stitched from pieces, it feels like one continuous handheld shot, not a chopped up thing. So you approve your storyboards. And this is where it goes from 1 ad to 30. Step 4. Step 4. You approve the storyboards, and now it fans out into your full batch of variations. This is the multiplier moment. One approval turns into 30 rendered ads. That's the payoff for all the setup. And the 30 aren't just copies. They vary the angle, the hook, the first 3 seconds, the pacing, but the person and product stay locked. So it's 30 genuinely different ads that all look like the same real creator. One way to think about it, the clips inside one ad are consistent with each other. But the 30 ads across the batch are meant to be different. That's the whole point. They're your test variations. On render, it generates the clips, lays in your voice, stitches everything into full ads, and delivers them ready to download. You don't touch an editor once. And you don't have to babysit it. It renders in the background and emails you when the batch is done. That's on by default. You can turn it off in settings if you want. So you walk away with 30 finished ads across 6 or more angles, 1 consistent actor, and you paid exactly 0 creators to do it. That was a month of production done in an afternoon. But making 30 ads isn't the goal by itself. It's what 30 ads let you do that actually matters. Let's talk about that. So this is the real payoff. 30 ads is where the money actually is, and here's why. 30 ads means 30 shots on goal. And like I said earlier, you can't predict the winner. So the more shots you take, the faster you find it. A typical batch shakes out like this. You launch 30, maybe 10 show promise, 4 scale, and 1 or 2 win big. But you needed all 30 running to surface those winners. And you learn so much. When you run all the angles, you see which one your audience actually responds to. Maybe speed crushes it and price falls flat. Now you know, and you can lean in. And remember fatigue? When you've got a pipeline making 30 a month, you just keep feeding in fresh creative. So instead of decaying, your account trends up because there's always a new winner coming. And the speed to a winner completely changes. The old way, it might take you a quarter to find one good ad. With this kind of volume, it's more like a week. And it compounds. Your winners make money, that money funds the next batch, which finds even bigger winners. That's the flywheel every good brand is running, and now you can run it too. If there's one line to take away, it's this. You stop guessing and you start testing. That's the entire shift, and volume is what makes it possible. So zoom out, you get 10 times the creative at a 20th of the cost in days instead of months with nobody to manage. That's not a small improvement, that's a different game. Okay, let me tie the whole thing together because it's actually really simple once you see it. Quick recap of the whole flow, top to bottom, 4 steps. Paste the link and it reads your product, pick your actor, generate or clone, approve the storyboards so your credits stay safe, and get 30 finished ads back. That's it. And why it actually holds up. Contact sheets keep everyone consistent. The storyboard gate protects your credits, angles keep all 30 different, and it stays iPhone real, never that cinematic slop look. So the trade is one link, about 15 minutes to your first ad, and 30 ads waiting for you. That's the deal. The production bottleneck that was holding your creative back, it's just gone. Your ideas are the only limit now, which is how it should be. And honestly, this is for anyone who needs more winning ads. Brands, founders, media buyers, agencies. If creative volume is your bottleneck, this fixes it. So that's it. One link, 30 ads, go make something that actually converts. Your first batch takes about 15 minutes, so there's really no reason not to try it. Thanks for watching.